Welcome back everybody to the Join Dota League Season number 5's Asian Division. It is Execration versus Erudite in this 2-game series, and well, this is going to be game number 2 as Execration. They took game number 1 with a pretty convincing fashion, in all fairness, just kind of winning, I'd say winning 2 out of the 3 lanes and the 3rd lane kind of breaking out even. So definitely looking good coming into game number 2, as we're gonna have a pause because, well, one player once again having some issues loading into the game, as is just, it's the norm these days, unfortunately or not. But Execration definitely looking good in their game number 1. Of course, in Division 2, Execration, they should be the favorites in most of the matches. But I think it was up against Kingdom, unless I'm mistaken, that they did tie up 1-1, lost the first game and won the second one. So there are still challenges left, even for Execration here, but they're still favored in most matchup that they're gonna face, I think, here. As now, JJ has connected into the game also. So we're gonna get into the draft now, guys, for this game number 2. Execration, if they win this one, great for them. If they tie up, not the worst either, but whichever the result may be, guys, there's not gonna be a 3rd game because this is a 2-game series, a best of 2. So it's gonna be either 1-1 or 2-0. Those are the only outcomes that are possible here. But now, looking at the draft, Tidehunter is banned out by Execration, and although it wasn't that annoying, to be honest, for Execration, but it could have been. First of all, it got some pretty great farm. Even though the team was losing quite heavily, he still got that refresher orb with a pretty damn good timing. So they're just going to remove that straight out of the bat. Maybe they're still planning to go for a Broodmother once again, or at least have the possibility to pick up a Broodmother. But Erudite themselves, banning out an Axe now, definitely saw that coming. But Execration, what will the first pick be? Is it going to be like a Lycan to go for heavier push? Axe also is one of the better heroes against the Lycan, to be honest. But they are gonna start just neutrally, pick up a Vengeful Spirit instead. Not really giving away anything at all about your lineup. But of course, having a Vengeful always kind of frees up Roshan for you a lot earlier than it otherwise would be. It's just like a free Medallion of Courage on your team, pretty much. Plus, if Vengeful gets Medallion of Courage on top of the wave of terror, gonna make it even easier, so who can complain about that? As Erudite, what are we gonna see coming out from them? Brewmaster is banned, so that's not gonna be a possibility, but Juggernaut, Troll Warlord, I think Juggernaut probably gonna be one of those heroes. As to which is gonna be the second one, I have to say, and no freaking clue, no freaking idea, for now at least. But Skyrive Mage could be one of the possibilities. What other heroes are extremely popular? Shadow Fiend is, but Dazzle? Huh, what kind of a combination are we gonna see with that? Dazzle Tusk? Dazzle, well, Meepo is out of the question because they banned it out themselves. Shadow Demon? Dazzle, possibly? To be honest, the nuke is massive. But are they trying to go for a minus armor strategy? I mean, although Vengeance minus armor can be annoying, I don't think Dazzle is extremely needed to counter that. Or are they gonna run like a Dazzle Death Prophet? Get the weave on the enemies, get their minus armor running, and then come in with the exorcism? Maybe they are planning something like that. They still have a pretty solid amount of time left in the reserve time though. There's a tiny chance, but we still might even see something like a Slardar, to be honest. Just get the weave, get the amplify damage. Just go all out with that, or it might be like a Templar Assassin later on. I don't think they're gonna go for Templar Assassin straight away, but they're gonna pick up a Bristleback instead. So with the Dazzle being there, and knowing that the Axe is not around, this Bristleback should be fairly safe, especially with the Dazzle backing him up. So I have to say I like the opening, but Execration now, they could go for like maybe even a Legion Commander, although then again, with the Dazzle being there, it's just you go for the duel, yeah, that hero might survive anyway, and they are going to pick up the Ancient Apparition instead. I mean, Ancient Apparition definitely was one of the heroes that popped to mind after seeing a Dazzle picked up, just because Ice Blast will make it so that just any kind of heals will be meaningless during the duration of the Frost Blast. Or Ice Blast. Yes, should be Ice Blast. Now, looking at the next bans, though, Ember Spirit removed. Of course, Ember Spirit could have made great use of just the minus armor coming out from the weave as well as the goo of the bristleback. Also, Ember Spirit is one of the heroes that can easily jump an ancient operation, just go in with a remnant, maybe just sleight of fist searing change and just kind of stay at a safe distance by yourself. As Faceless Void is the hero removed by Erudite, also a hero that with the Chronosphere can make it so the bristleback just cannot turn his back. And suddenly, if your back isn't turned, yes, you may still be tanky because you're building tanky anyway, but you're not gonna be nearly as tanky as, well, with like a 40% damage reduction from your back being turned. Viper though also taken out by Execration. So Execration, they have the 2 supports. Now it's time to start going for cores. Something that would build Orchid or would just have a silence and could jump in the backlines would be nice. Because to be honest, if you can remove the Dazzle from the fight straight away, it's just gonna make the entire life of the team a lot easier. Because there's no heals, just no shallow graves to defend. Poison Touch also fairly spammable to be honest. But Broodmother, just to be on the safe side, is banned out by Erudite. Probably a smart choice as well, I'd like to say. In Execration, they just... Broodmother didn't play like the biggest part in the victory for that game because, well, they were just doing well enough even without the Broodmother pressuring the bottom lane to begin with. But once the pressure alleviated even a little bit on the Broodmother, suddenly tier 1 falls and tier 2 starts taking some chip damage, and it just forces rotations and kind of it's so hard to play in the rhythm of the enemy team, and you can get caught so easily in that kind of rhythm as well. Sand King will be the pick for Erudite now, so going for some initiation. Definitely nice to have that blink Burrow Strike. But how are they going to lane this? Is it really Bristleback safe lane? Do they run kind of dual lanes? Maybe even like a Dazzle Bristle mid lane, although I don't think that will happen, but it might be a Dazzle Bristle off lane with Sand King most of the time. Most of the time being in the jungle, but helping out the safe lane a tiny bit, maybe even trying to rotate into the mid lane. As Execration get their hands on the Batrider, that's gonna be some scary initiation. Also, that might be exactly what they need to just catch off a Dazzle, for example, but if the Sand King is close by, especially if he's with a Blink Dagger, Blink Burrow Strike might stop the Batrider's initiation until he gets like a 4-staff. We'll see though, as Execration just Ice Blast, or Lasso into Ice Blast that is. Definitely, it should, at least in theory, be a pretty easy setup, and the thing is, you only need the Batrider to be there, you can set it up globally. I guess they could even try to go for something like a Zeus, if they want to go a little bit greedy for Execration. Get more AoE damage going, or global AoE damage that is. As Erudite, wow, picking up a Weaver now, okay then. I mean, it can work out, in all fairness, it definitely can. Because Execration, although they have a Batrider and a Vengeful, it's not the craziest amount of lockdown for now. So might just be fine to like Sukuchi away or get a time lapse or something like that. Also a hero that can make great use of minus armor, of course, with the Geminate attack. And I totally had one extra point. Oh yeah, provides minus armor himself with the Swarm, of course, if it connects on heroes. Medusa though, now the pick up for Execration. So just they want to tank up a tiny bit. Medusa, not the heaviest like stat-based carry like a Morphling would be. So not gonna have like the craziest of base armors up against what Erudite already offers, but the Stone Gaze might just completely stop Erudite in their tracks. Bristleback though can turn his back as well and just start spamming Quill Sprays anyway, so that's a positive for them. Now though, Puck, the last ban from Erudite, definitely could have been a good hero for Execration. Puck excellent against the Weaver, because even if the Weaver builds a Lincoln Sphere, which up against the Batrider, I'm almost positive that he will. Just the Blink Waning Rift Silence can still screw him over. Also, the Dream Coil makes it so that you cannot really Sukuchi out away with just guaranteed safety. Nyx Assassin though banned by Execration, so Erudite, I guess there's a chance that they might still pick up like an anti-mage, but laning that wouldn't be all that easy for them. They could run like a Dazzle Sand King anti-mage safe lane with Bristleback pure offlane solo and Weaver in the mid lane, something like that. Or Weaver's safe lane, anti-mage, aggressive try. No, that doesn't sound right. For Execration though, are we gonna see possibly like a Queen of Pain emerging from them? Lots of extra burst damage if need be. As Erudite, they're gonna go for the Zeus. So they were like, oh, maybe we have invested a little bit too much into that physical damage. So we're gonna get lots of magic now as well. Also, Lightning Bolt plus Thundergow's Wrath earlier on when Medusa doesn't really have the items to just make her mana pool massive. It's quite easy to just burst him down even with the mana shield being there. I mean, Sand King also provides some additional magic damage, of course, with the Burrow Strike and most of all the Epicenter. But I do have to say they have a pretty good mix of damage at the moment. So it's really gonna come down to how their laning phase goes, how much space Execration can create for the Medusa for now. I still think Queen of Pain might not be the worst of decisions. I mean, they must be expecting the Zeus to be mid lane. So what are they gonna just send up against that? At the moment they do that, I think Zeus mid lane, Bristleback Dazzle off lane, Weaver being safe lane with a tiny bit of help from the Sand King, who is gonna mostly focus on the jungle and just farming that up and getting his own Blink Dagger. But Execration picking up a Wind Ranger now. So that's going to be their mid lane hero. By the looks of it, it can work out. Can stay at the relative safe distance from a Zeus. Also, additional lockdown shackle shot might prove to be exactly what they need. And also some pushing going on with the focus fire, especially should you go for the Aghanim Scepter. So it's definitely not a horrible choice here or anything like that. Might be able to outrun a Bristleback and Erudite. The one issue that they have is kind of the lack of lockdown. Burrow Strike, the only hard disable that they have. Other than that, they have like a mini stun from the Lightning Bolt and just a bunch of slows. Poison Touch, the Goo. So Wind Ranger might just be able to survive a hell of a lot this game. That is, if you can survive the burst of the Zeus. So going for a mech, definitely not a bad item to go for in this particular game for a Wind Ranger. Although these days, don't really see that item on her at all almost. Used to be kind of the offlane Wind Ranger thing. Couple of years back even now. But to introduce the lineups, for the side of Erudite, Dafa will be playing the Zeus, leaving Puppy on the Bristleback, EXP playing the Dazzle, with just letters I cannot read once again, playing the Weaver, Amaranth on the Sand King, with, on the side of Execration, for the Radiant side, Fox playing the Ancient Operational, Chet up on the Medusa, Yaj, Doto, JJ up on the Batrider, with Vengeful Spirit on the Chemo playing the Vengeful Spirit rather, and Primo on the Wind Ranger, and somebody is googling something. Okay then, Execration plays. I guess we can just take a look at cosmetics if we even have any. I guess Wind Ranger has like different bows and lots of hairstyles. But I have to say the position she's in at the moment looks extremely weird. Okay, this just looks weird. Go has been given though, so we're gonna get this game underway. As Erudite, I would still expect Zeus to go mid lane. I mean, does have 2 Iron Branches and 2 Clarities. What else can he do here? Even gets a Tango shared to him by EXP now. And Amaranth, of course, I don't think there were much options for him anyway, but safe lane. Or I mean, at least the vicinity of the safe lane, just the jungle pretty much. As JJ now on the Batrider will come in with a single sentry as well as a single observer ward. He's going to block off the camp here. Unless Amaranth, well, Amaranth does see him, so Batrider not going to place down the ward, and smartly so. Otherwise, Sand King would have known immediately. Even goes for a Burrow Strike. There's not going to be any follow-up though, no arrow from a Mirana or anything like that. Does get quite a lot of damage in anyway with just his claw smacks. As now Dafa, he's in some trouble. Magic Missile is there, Chilling Touch to follow. Dafa gonna give away first blood, I think. Yes, he is. Dazzle even picked up the Shallow Grave, so suddenly he's level 1 with a Shallow Grave, which isn't gonna help him too much to harass the Batrider, for example. Sand King really cannot do too much up against the Batrider either. And they're still hanging about. Primo still there. Got one right click into Amaranth. Chemo from the high ground. Magic Missile, he has enough mana now. Burrow Strike to the high ground, and he's gonna be fine for now. But Chemo, he's gonna get his entire mana pool back with this Clarity. They get the one kill. Medusa, he's gonna lose his life to Puppy though. Okay, that just happened. Medusa, how? Why? I don't know. At least Medusa got the bounty rune, but was it worth dying? Then again, well, she's going to be back on the lane already. She is already on the lane before the creeps arrive. And it wasn't the first blood, so it's not the worst case scenario. Because Bristleback is suddenly out of mana, and a Bristleback being out of mana cannot really do anything to a Medusa anymore. But then again, it would have been a tri-lane here. So this Bristleback wouldn't have gotten too much, and suddenly he's just a little bit closer to his boots, if nothing else. I mean, for the Bristleback, I still think it's fine for him to get the kill. But it's not the worst case scenario for Medusa. It's not like he missed any farm because of it or anything. I mean, 100 gold, pretty much the bounty rune that he gained, went all into a TP that brought him back to this lane. Now though, looks like the laning phase might be somewhat passive though. With the Sand King prioritizing just getting some XP. And oh, they have to use 2 sentries. They do get the observer down though. But they're not going to be able to get the pull for some time still. And even if they go for a 2 minute 15-second pull. Oh, never mind. JJ might be in some trouble. Still has the Firefly if need be. Takes heavy harassment. Only has 1 tango left. And even Amaranth, he's ready. He has the boots as well. Oh, Batrider. Firefly activated, and he's gonna just be fine for now. But Firefly is on cooldown, which makes it a little bit harder. But Sand King, not a single point of XP. Now does get 20 points, but does need at least level 3 before he can actually just start properly farming the jungle. And well, the big camp, or at least one of the big camps, has been blocked out completely. As Primo on his way to the rune. Dafa, he's about round and about as well. Amaranth is going to come in, and Primo, no wind run anymore. Lightning Bolt comes through, and this is going to be another kill, I think, for Erudite. Indeed, Dafa does pick it up. Does have an empty bottle because it was the Wind Ranger bottling up a regen rune. So I guess, thank God for that at least. But even then, didn't go all that great. And in the meantime, bottom lane, Bristleback getting some pretty decent XP. Level 3.5 already. I mean, Batrider also level 3, but just Puppy does take some heavy harassment, but Chemo needs to just 100% get in range for the Magic Missile to for them to even be able to get the kill, I think. But Primo dying mid lane, definitely not that great. Still doesn't have boots either. At least has a bottle to work with, and still ahead of Zeus with the last hit, because Zeus empty bottle means no arc lightning spam, and coming in close of course means that Primo is just gonna start smacking you with his bow, with the arrows. So even with the death on the Wind Ranger, still looking pretty good in the mid lane. Especially with the Treason Rune still being bottled up for her. And just the positioning is so aggressive by her as well. Just wants to kind of show Zeus who's the boss here. And power shots, burst damage, definitely not to be underestimated either. Lightning Bolt, more spammable, you can just 100% guaranteed hit the target you want. So the harass should be a little bit stronger coming out from Zeus, but Wind Ranger can definitely push out the lanes if nothing else as well with the power shot. And also, well, if he lands them like this, gonna be excellent. I mean, Dafa is bottle crowing, but he waited quite long for that, and with this bottle crow, he might not be able to. Oh, Amaranth in some trouble as they're fighting for the jungle, and now, yep, he's gonna die. Sandstorm is used. JJ, oh, didn't guess the right direction, and now with the Firefly ending, Amaranth is gonna survive in the end. Power shot was used to stuff out 4 HP. 4 freaking HP, Primo. If only he knew, guys. Sharing a couple of portal charges to Batrider as well, for him to just go into his own jungle, for example. Chemo with the Invis rune does barely escape Poppy. Out of mana, otherwise I think he would have just kept on chasing, spam out quill sprays. So 2-1, still the kill score. If we look at the last hits though, once again Execration doing better than their counterparts. Erudite, Weaver of course up to 20 last hits, but it's more or less free farm on the safe lane, so it's kind of to be expected. Bristleback though, I guess for an offlaner, still not doing that bad either. 9 and 6, 69, definitely not too shabby up against the Medusa here, who did go for a magic wand even before boots, and can't say it's that surprising. I mean, up against the Bristleback, magic wand just best item. Also Zeus is going to be spamming out quite a bit. Even the Dazzle will be using his spells as often as he can. Top lane though, Chemo, he's around now. Wave of Terror does track the creep wave away. So this tier 1 should be able to survive for a little while longer. Now though, Weaver will have to tank up a tiny bit. Only 2 right clicks though. After that, Sukuchi will get him to a safe distance. As Poppy now in some trouble if they get some slows. Fox, he has Ice Vortex, but will it be enough? The Ice Vortex comes out, but a little bit too late, I think. Yes, Poppy, he's gonna survive. Gonna have to go all the way back home though. At least before that happens, gonna get some XP if nothing else. Tranquil Boots, in the meantime, finished up on JG's Batrider. No stacks in the jungle for him though. Well, there's one stack, but... this triple stack for a Batrider could just as well be a double stack. Regen Rune though will this time around be picked up by Zeus, and Zeus, oh god, he can just spam to Oblivion in the mid lane. He can spam so long before the Regen actually gets his mana full, because Arc Lightning is so spammable, and every now and then of course you can go for the Lightning Bolt to follow. He can even just pop the Thundergrass Wrath if need be for that. Chet might be in some trouble, Poppy. Never mind, no points into Goose, so this kill ain't gonna happen. With the help of Thundergrass Wrath, to be honest, it might if they wanted to keep on going. And is he gonna go for it now? 4 stacks of Quill Spray already there. Thundergrass Wrath, he will have enough mana if he just wants to pop the Regen Rune. But no diving from Bristleback for now. He knows, of course, that Chet also has a Magic Wand if need be, and Dafa might be in trouble. Magic Missile will be there. Primo comes in with a Wind Run. Can he get the Shackle Shot? Doesn't get the angle. Doesn't really need it. Shackle Shot is there in the end. Power Shot as well, but they need a few more right clicks. But EXP with a nice Shallow Grave keeps his body alive. But there's still a Thundergrass Wrath as Weaver wants to go for Chemo. They might get the kill. Poppy, he's gonna ride, but... well, not too much mana nor health to do anything. Shackle Shot. Man, this range to this tree, I was almost certain it's gonna latch there. Sometimes it latches like with weird angles. Let's say Wind Ranger is here, facing that way, and the target is like, I don't know, here, and the latch goes like this way. Sometimes it happens like almost like that, randomly. Poppy though in some trouble if Chemo gets the stun. They definitely need the stun, and they're gonna get it as well. Minus armor, Ice Vortex is there. Chilling Touch, right click damage. I mean, look at the damage it did in return. Fox doesn't have a magic stick, but it's fine, guys, it's fine. They get the kill finally on the Bristleback. Bristleback up to 19 last. It's still a little bit behind the Batrider, but yeah, I guess for an offlaner it's still rather fine. Funny thing is though, didn't pick up a point into Warpath. As Primo in some trouble, Thundergrass Wrath still available, but they needed at least one more Lightning Bolt. They do secure the rune though, as Amaranth up to do 900 gold himself. How many stacks is he working with? Not a single one, although they might get the kill onto the Batrider anyway. They need a little bit more. Level 1 Poison Touch just doesn't quite cut it here. Looking at the net worth though, 3.6k up on the Medusa, 3.5 on the Wind Ranger. So not looking too shabby. I mean, it's not like the Zeus and Bristleback are that far behind, so I think it's so far going a little bit better than for game number 1 in Erudite. But Batrider up to 1.5k gold. Not gonna be that fast of a blink there or anything, because farming up jungle is actually faster than being in the lane, because, well, on this lane, you're just not free to last it, although with the Firefly, Flame Break, and Sticky Napalm, clears off the creep camps here. Maybe gonna go back into his own jungle now, because there's gonna be a double stack in the big camp. Or, never mind, no there's not. Safest way to stack this camp, guys, is pull it this way. That's the least chance that this camp will not get blocked, or the highest chance that it will not get blocked. As Amara, up to 1.1k gold. So his Blink Dagger as well as the Batrider's Blink Daggers are gonna be just mammoth for the outcome of this game, I think. Because at the moment, farm-wise, like I've already mentioned, Execration are pulling ahead. But Erudite, you can definitely not underestimate just their mid-game power coming in with the massive burst of the Zeus. As well as, of course, Bristleback tanking it up in the front lines. But Tier 1 tower slowly taking damage. I mean, Bristleback doesn't care too much. Does have a bottle which, of course, at the moment is empty. And he's not going to be able to refill it, at least not with a rune. Tranquil Boots finished up on Chemo in the meantime. Primo does come in to bottle up another regen rune. He's going for the mech this game. So I was saying it's not that popular of a build these days, but to be honest, against the burst and even just the bonus armor you get from the mech, it's going to be pretty decent against Erudite. I mean, heal to negate the magic damage burst coming out, or at least negate some of it, and then the extra armor to help against the physical damage output of a Bristleback and a Weaver, of course, as well. Ice Blast, though, is flying bottom lane, not gonna connect Poppy. Almost ran back in, and with the Ice Blast, had it hit with the power shot now to follow, it might have even been enough to get a kill, to be honest. But Weaver, he's just pushing out the top lane, and Ancient Apparition, although he was able to soak up level 6 from this, he cannot really do much to stop a Weaver, and his counter push is pretty damn sucky, to be honest. Now though, oh, Blink Lasso onto Dafa. Is there going to be enough follow-up? Magic Missile is there. Shackle Shot to follow as well. Oh god, it even latches into the Dazzle. How the hell did that not hit the tree? He gets the Thunder God's Wrath off though. Weaver will come in to try to get a kill. Primo, he's going to be fine for now. Has a bottle charge if he needs to or wants to use it. But with the Sukuchi, I think he should get one kill at least. Share bottle charges. Sharing is caring. Chemo does get one. Magic Missile, Shackle Shot to follow. He does have the Sukuchi power shot. It's still not going to be enough. Having the Sukuchi off before, definitely making a difference, but doesn't change the fact that Zeus in the end did die. Weaver though couldn't quite do enough now, but his farm is still pretty decent. Getting closer to that Lincoln Sphere. Almost has that Perseverance finished up. Mustafa now back in the mid lane. Couldn't quite kill off anybody, even having used the Thunderglass Wrath, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think that was the first usage of that spell in this game. Usually you see it like when he's level 6, the other lanes start or try to set up a kill with the help of that or something like that, but just hasn't happened. Amaranth though, still farming up the jungle, only 200 gold short, and well, after this camp, I think he's gonna have it, but the Ice Blast is flying. They have the ward, of course, not gonna connect on the creep, so it's not gonna help out Sanking's farming speed, but Sanking, he knows he's gonna be safe, he's not gonna shatter or anything. So, getting Blink finished, top priority for sure, as Batrider will come in with the Firefly, wants to snatch some creeps, Flame Break there, Burrow Strike used as Amaranth still alive thanks to the Shallow Grave, but now Dazzle, he's gonna lose his own life. And Amaranth, well, doesn't quite get his Blink Dagger finish. Sandstorm used, Blink forward from the Batrider, needs a Flame Break, one right click or Flame Break, and that's gonna be the kill. That is so huge. Weaver though does get Chemo, I think they're gonna get Batrider now as well. So in the end, it may or may not have been worth it. Thundergod's Wrath was also used though. I mean, it's kind of two supports for the core and the support, but delaying the Sand King's Blink Dagger, I still think in the end it was worth it, but this ward does get killed. Tafa gets extra 50 gold. I mean, it's not that big of a blow for Execration because the ward would have expired anyway. Still, extra gold for Zeus is always nice for him as Weaver. Also with that kill being present for the assist of the second kill. Or never mind, he even got both kills. So, getting closer to the Lincolns even still. So when he has the Lincolns, he can use it on others if need be, but most of the time it's just gonna be there to safeguard him up against Batrider's Lasso, and until there's a 4-staff coming out on Batrider, Batrider himself at least will not be able to break that Lincolns. In fact, the Vengeful Spirit can like swap into Magic Missile, something like that. But usually Weavers are able to react within that time frame anyway. They need to bring like sentries or something, and well, speaking of that, they do have 2 sentries on Chemo. They are smoked up as 3. Batrider activates the Firefly, Is it in the vision range? Well, now with the ward going down, definitely not. But I don't think anybody will come and contest, or will they? Chemo runs past the creep wave, so does the Batrider. They did see Puppy, I think, but they're just gonna get the tier 1 power shot. Will be there on the creep wave, nothing else. Glyph is there, but you have to use the glyph anyway. And are they gonna defend? They might even be able to. Dazzle comes in with the weave from a huge distance. Primo still wants to go, but Amaranth not gonna get the burst strike. Blink burst strike. Oh, epicenter to follow Primo. He's so screwed. Mech comes out and the magic one, but it's not nearly gonna be enough with the massive amount of damage that Erudite do have. Everybody else might be able to escape, although JJ with the Firefly gets to the high ground, so he's gonna be fine for now. Magic missile into Poppy though, takes a lot of damage himself. Still not all that tanky. But man, Wind Ranger, he got wrecked. Amaranth showing off his first Blink Dagger, definitely coming in handy. In the meantime though, Hand of Midas finished up on Fox, so wants to get guaranteed levels, guaranteed farm on the Ancient Apparition. If for nothing else, at least get wards while loading again. Chemo, he is the one in the 5 position for now. But oh god, a triple Ancient attack being stolen by Erudite. Execration, do they know Ice Vortex is their power shot to follow as well? Doesn't hit on the heroes, but it will make them back off. And with this, oh, never mind. Blink Burst Strike. Fox in some trouble. Chemo does swap him out, but wasn't enough. Ice Blast did connect onto Dafa. Flame Break pushes him back. Still not going to be enough to make him shatter as Primo. He's going to have to escape from Weaver, and he's even going to be fine. Chet will come in with the Stone Gaze. Not going to activate it yet. Waiting for it. There's the mech as well. Puppy, he's in a lot of trouble. Chakra Shot is there. Stone Gaze minus armor as well. Weaver even got petrified up, and well, he's gonna have a Sukuchi, plenty of those with 10 stick charges as well, unless he gets shackled. Nope, not gonna happen. Chemo though, he's about, and he might die here. Magic Missile though, Shackle Shot will not latch. With the power shot, brings down Primo extremely low. Batrider blinks forward, but doesn't get the lasso thanks to the Sukuchi. And with this, they're gonna finally finish up the Ancients. Some of them did get stolen, but I think most of them still went to the pockets of Execration in the end. Looking at the net worth now though, it is more layered than it was before. Only about a 4k net worth lead for Execration now. XP pretty much zeroed out as Weaver might be in trouble. Blink forward, Batrider gets the lasso mid Sukuchi. Sukuchi though does provide him with some safety. And one more right click. Man, Mystic Snake can be extremely strong at times if it bounces enough. And I do believe Chet targeted the creep wave before it bounced to the Weaver, so nice kill there. Nice lasso as well, just that little tiny fade time of the Weaver Sukuchi. 0.25 seconds. Dafado does get stunned up. Chemo not too sure what he was thinking, but suddenly Blink Burrow Strike with the epicenter already being there. Dafa even pops the Thunder Gas. We have 2 easy kills. I mean, that was just way too optimistic from Execration. And suddenly Erudite, they are picking up speed. Ice Blast will fire bottom lane, and well, Batrider does come in with the Flame Break and the Firefly, but it's not nearly gonna be enough. At least it does delay or maybe even completely stop the push for now. As Weaver does have himself a Lincoln Sphere in about 400 gold. That one kill on him definitely just gave a little bit of extra breathing space for Execration before the Lincolns does come out. Sand King though, he's in the base just regening up some mana. No arcane boots means that, well, you can use like what 3 burrow strikes, but you're gonna want to use an epicenter. So if you go for an epicenter and a burrow strike, you're just gonna barely have enough for 1 sandstorm, and that's it. So before he gets arcane boots or like a soul ring or any kind of mana regen, or maybe like a point booster for just extra mana pool, it's gonna be a little bit hard for him. Just go for a lane, get the kill, pretty much back off, go to another lane, and so on and so forth. Oh, Blink Lasso, Ice Blast does connect as well onto Poppy. Stand up, Shackle Shot is there, Power Shot will help finish the kill as he actually does die in the Firefly instead. But can they steal those stacks now? Primo trying to do so from a distance, but rather trying to play decoy with just getting aggro from the high ground here. So they're gonna get a couple, if not all of them. As Batrider, oh man, sneaky things. Only the Ancient Black Dragon can actually do anything to the Batrider, who's now gonna blink out. But that's gonna be a triple stack of Ancient Stolen. Chet, 233 gold from the Black Dragon. And of course, having double damage and split shot maxed out, it was so easy for them once he arrived. So the Medusa is the highest farmer in the game by about 3k, 3000 net worth. I mean, most of this lead is just the Medusa. XP now, 1500 or so in the favor of Execration also. And look, it's like Dota might be going for a straight off Aghanim Scepter. Of course, it's a huge boost in damage, and the earlier you get... Oh god, Epicenter Burrows like Chemo. He just wanted to D-ward, guys. Fox does come in with the one right click though, and suddenly Amaranth might be in some trouble. Power Shot does miss, but Jade, he's there. Shackle Shot will not connect, but it's not even needed. Amaranth, no escape there. Didn't even have enough mana for the Burrow Strike. So that's what I was talking about, man. Burrow Strike Epicenter. It's strong, but you won't have anything to do after that. Does pick up a Staff of Wizardry now though, so a little bit of extra intelligence coming from that. Might even be enough, but like now he can get off the Epicenter and 2 Burrow Strikes, possibly. Still might be struggling a tad there. Dafa though, going around the map, trying to counter ward with that lightning bolt. That's like one of the biggest things about Jesus ever since he got buffed like that. Getting the true vision around the lightning bolt, and well, I guess getting true vision was there for a longer time, or pretty much almost forever, I think. But the fact that you can target the ground with that is the just change that they made that made Zeus a hell of a lot stronger. They did not scout out the correct ward though, and there's the blink lasso onto Amaranth. No Epicenter Burst shenanigans, or will there Shackle Shot? Never mind. Ice Blast, even just commit to that. That means they're a little bit low on mana, so I wouldn't advise fighting, at least until Primo like bottles up a tiny bit. Force Death is there on Battery though. Skadi finished on Chet as well. Chet though, he's pushing the top lane. Fox trying to TP out. Shackle Shot into Bristleback, but it's not nearly gonna be enough. Dazzle also providing backup. As Weaver still wants to keep on going. A few right clicks in. But is he gonna dive this Primo? They are diving. This Thundercross Raf is used. Chemo. He's gonna be just fine with the mech. I think Lincoln Sphere is popped already as Batrider. Forced up to the high ground with the Firefly helping out. But Chet, he used the Stone Gaze, couldn't get Dafa, and suddenly he's on the run. Amaranth does respawn. Blink, Burrowsec into Chet. Medusa. I don't think there's any escape for him, or is there? Trying to outrun them. Does have a TP delivered out, but TP, there's gonna be Lightning Bolt to stop it. Oh, what? Oh! No, he didn't target the hero. He targeted, well, pretty much the ground, which meant that it connected on a creep. That... Oh god, guys. Oh man. That went south, but Dafa, instead of going for that Aghanim Scepter, went for a Bloodstone instead. I mean, it's a decentish item, you get some nice health and mana regen from it, plus just the increase in the health and mana pools, but I'm not too sure if that was the correct choice. He's pretty tanky, yes, admittedly, 1.5k HP, definitely not as easy of a kill as he was before. But is that gonna be enough? We shall see, guys, we shall see. 6k net worth lead now for Execration, about a 2700 XP lead as well. Poppy is in some trouble. But is there Magic Missile comes out first? Lasso will also follow, but they need at least one extra hero. Where are you dragging him, Batrider? Well, I guess into the Ice Blast. Poppy Shackle Shot, it does latch such a long one as well. Shallow Grave will be there, but the Ice Blast is also, and there's the Epicenter Burst. Like, they're gonna get the counter kills. Poppy will stay alive with the Magic Wand and Dazzle, of course. Shallow Grave for the win, guys. Cheto, he's there, pops the Stone Gaze. Is he gonna be able to do enough? Well, now I'm just going for the TP out. That was extremely weird. I mean, they went pretty deep, and Bristleback, just not that easy of a hero to kill. I mean, has the Vanguard now as well. Execration, extreme overextension. Didn't give enough credit for Erudite's just counter initiation potential from the Sand King. And Sand King, he's gotten some pretty nice epicenters of this game, I do have to say. So Wind Ranger, by no means just pulling out ahead. Even has double damage room pulled up, but didn't even get to use it at all. If he activated double damage immediately, maybe, just maybe, they would have killed off the Bristleback, but can't really blame that on the Wind Ranger there. Just really nicely done by Erudite, by the Dazzle, as well as, well, I'd say mostly the Sand King. I mean, Zeus helped out with the Thunderguard Raft, but that's just a press of a button. But does have the 2 extra Blaststone charges now, so even if he does die, he's not gonna be completely just wrecked. Otherwise, it's just like, you had start with 8, you drop down to 5. Now he should drop down to 7, maybe 6, but still it's gonna be a hell of a lot better than it would have been if he just died at 8. You at all times want to keep it at 8 or more, preferably more, of course. But if it drops below 8, it's just suddenly the item starts kind of losing value. But Execration, their Medusa, still, man, he's farming so much faster than anybody else on the map just because Erudite. This Weaver, really not focusing on farm, has been joining, or at least trying to join the fight as well, whereas Chet, he's been split pushing, getting the farm that way. I mean, he's been a part of only 4 kills, yet he's pretty much, well, 4.5k ahead in net worth of the next highest in the game. That's just mammoth kind of farm, but oh, the last zone, never mind, going to get stopped by that Burrow Strike. 4-step is there though, Indian, Thundercast Draft, they're going to lose Battle Roar, are they? Chet, he's there with the Stone Gaze, he's just forcing people back that fast. Another Shallow Grave, EXP on the Dazzle, so great. Burrow Strike only lands onto 1, Chemo does get enough distance, and Damaranth does get stand up. Sandstorm was already used, one more right click with the split shot. Chet does pick up that one. Suddenly, Erudite have used their ultimates. I guess Epicenter wasn't there, and well, that might have been the reasons why Execration actually took a fight this convincingly, and a tier 2 to follow. It was also the Batrider getting that lasso off at the last second, and then Chet, with that Stone Gaze, just came in like this, forced a couple of heroes this way, the other couple of heroes that way, and completely split up the fight. So there was no backup coming from Erudite properly for just a Bristleback, for example. A Bristleback, tanky as he may be, he cannot take all that harassment alone. Cheto up to another 4.6k gold. What the hell, guys? This farm is getting out of hand for Medusa. 600 gold per minute, pretty much 200 higher than the Weaver has. And although he has the Lincoln Sphere, he's not nearly as scary. I mean, yes, you might be able to survive with the Sukuchi as well as the time lapse, but as long as you ain't doing damage while surviving, it's not that big of a deal for Execration, to be honest. I mean, why should you be afraid of somebody that survives yet doesn't really threaten you with his damage output? Now, although 1.5k on Dafa, might be going for like a 4-staff of his own next, maybe Boost of Travels. Poppy though is building a Blade Mail on the Bristleback, so wants to just at least delay his own death if nothing else. Ice Blast has just been used, and this is the perfect chance for the initiation. Kimodo 4-staff was used. It's gonna be safe for now. There is even a gem on the Batrider, and do they want to counter initiate? Maybe so, but the Swarm is disabling the Blink of Bat, so not gonna happen. And whoop! A Daedalus pick for a Medusa. Not an item we see that often on that hero, but straight damage. I guess it's not too horrible. I mean, Butterfly wouldn't really be too great. I mean, it's decent-ish up against Bristleback as well as a Weaver, but Weaver, like I mentioned earlier, not that scary yet, so Butterfly isn't an exact necessity. Daedalus, it does give great damage, and he's gonna go for a kill, pops the Stone Gaze as well. He gets Burrow Struck up with the Epicenter though. Mana Shield keeps him alive for a little while longer. Ice Blast will come, but Shed, he's in way over his head, or is he? Are you kidding me? Swap back from Chemo just to play it safe, but he's gonna survive. 1v5, guys, no problem. Doesn't know he's the one getting jumped. Magic Missile will follow the lasso, and with a Power Shot Flame Break combination, they do get the kill. Fatafa though on the sideline. Lightning Bolts come through. The mech is there. Burrow Strike into JJ. Oh, that's a gem as well. Chemo wants to get the gem. Can he get it? He can, but can he escape now with it? It is a bigger question as Chemo. One Lightning Bolt will bring him down. That, I don't know why they went that deep for the Dazzle kill. Primo himself forced it forward. Wind Run level 3. Is he going to be able to get enough distance? TP out. There's still a tier 1, but this tier 1 is going to be just gone so fast. Zeus has himself a blink now. Ice Blast is flying in. It's gonna connect on all 3, but doesn't matter. No follow-up. Tier 3 is down. Execration, they definitely just go in a bit too deep at times. I mean, first of all, Medusa being solo there. If they use a Stone Gaze within the fight, they take that fight rather convincingly. But use it solo like that and then go fight without the Stone Gaze proper, that just felt a little bit awkward. I mean, although Jed, yes, still pretty far ahead of anybody else. But, I mean, we'll see. Medusa definitely one of the hardest carries in the game of Dota in general. And Weaver, as he stands at the moment, he doesn't hold a candle to the Medusa, but he's gonna have a Desolator. So going through supports, for example, not gonna be all that hard, but, well, looking at Ancient Apparition, up to 1.3k gold. And thanks to the help of the Midas. He is gonna be about 300 gold short of the Aghanim's, and it's gonna be a level 2 Ice Blast. So 17-second duration, guys. 17 seconds. So there's the Desolator. We'll see if it's gonna just play a huge part in this game at all. Maybe it's not gonna help out anything. And Chemo, to be honest, if anybody is getting focused by that Weaver, if any of his teammates, and not the Vengeful Spirit himself, he can even use the Medallion defensively on a target, to be honest. Although I don't think pretty much any player, or no players, use it that way, as Fox might be in some trouble now. Trying to outrun them at least for another 25 seconds, if nothing more. Amaranth not going to be able to catch up. Swarm also misses. They of course got vision of the other 4 of Execration with the Thundergas Raft, but now it has been used already. And oh, Burrow Strike just to get the safe distance. Oh, Battery blinks in a tad too late. Gets his sticky napalm off, but that's it. Chemo, is he going to go for a huge swap? Maybe. Not gonna happen. Sticky napalm though. The CE XP, if they get the dazzle, it's gonna be a huge power shot. Does connect. Blink Lasso comes out. Force Step already on cooldown. But can they do anything about it? Stone Gaze is there just to play it safe. Oh god, that Dappa. He got shackled up. Amaranth comes in. Will get petrified. He's pretty low, but yeah, he's gonna just go down. Medusa gets the kill. Dappa is gonna be next. There's no escape. No Force Step. Blink. No way you're gonna be able to use it. Commit suicide. He's gonna have a pretty fast respawn. Still has 8 Blaststone charges, so it's not horrible, but that's not the way you want to use your Bloodstone or Suicide. And that's gonna mean the last outer tower with the help of Focus Fire of Primo. They're gonna bring it down. Don't think they're gonna pressure tier 3 just because they're rather low on mana on quite a couple of their heroes. Manta Style though now is the item to get finished by Medusa. For Erudite, do we have any big items at all? BKB built on Bristleback, I guess, or it might be Heaven's Halberd. Disarm the Medusa and you might just win the fight from that. As we do have a disconnect, unfortunately for the Weaver. I mean, this Weaver is gonna have to carry so hard in this game. Bristleback definitely not that scary. I mean, you have a Vanguard, you have a Blade Mail. But how much does it actually do for you? I'm afraid right answer is not all that much. It's not like it's the worst or anything, but just Bristleback needs to survive for a pretty long time for his quill sprays to just start racking up the damage. But may or may not happen at all. I wonder how long it's gonna take. But the Aghanim Scepter in the meantime is finished up on Fox's Ancient Apparition. So 17-second duration, level 2 Ice Blast. Windranger has a Force Staff going for an Aghanim's next. I guess Windranger doesn't have the greatest farm still either. Has died 4 times after all, and well, 118 last hits, compare that to 273. So Medusa is more than doubling up her own Windranger on the team. Weaver at least not getting exactly doubled, but it's not that far either from that point. And well, what are we gonna get next? We have a Manta Style, Skadi, Daedalus, Medusa. I guess you can still go for a Butterfly. I mean, even a BKB to be honest wouldn't be that bad. It would be just a safe choice, but you just wouldn't have to be afraid of anything. Butterfly, I guess you can try to go for like a Satanic. Monkey King Bar might be necessary once Bristleback does finish up a Heaven's Halberd, if that's even the item choice. To be honest, just get BKB and Bristle. That way you can maybe just stand in the fights and actually do something as well, instead of just kind of getting stunned once and dying. Weaver though has reconnected, so we can possibly get this game underway once again within a short duration. But 16 to 15 the kill score. Looking at the graphs, about a 10k net worth lead for Execration. XP, well, about 6,000 or so. So not going that bad at all. So go has been given. Hells yeah. Hell yeah. Thunder's Wrath. Whoa, they get the kill on Bat Rider with that. Also, of course, they get the vision of the whereabouts of the rest of Execration's heroes. So for example, they now know that there's no Roshan going on. With a Medallion of Courage and Wave of Terror being maxed, it should be rather easy for them. But Erudite, are they themselves going for Roshan now? Poppy does have the Goo maxed out, so theoretically with the help of the Desolator, should be easy for them. And Execration, they don't even know this is going on, they're just gonna lose Rosh. It's going down pretty fast. Bristleback does take some heavy damage, there's even a double damage rune now, are you kidding me? Gonna be bottled up by Poppy, activates it as well. So it's gonna speed up Roshan even more. Ancient Depression now, with the excess gold after the Aghanim install. Does get himself a tasty Aegis finished up, so not too shabby at all. Primo, Aghanim Scepter, not quite finished yet, needs one more component, the Blade of Alacrity for it. But with this Aegis, Erudite might even be able to pull off something. Looking at the graphs as well, the Battle kill and the Roshan, 7.5k net worth, only about 2.5 in XP, so by no means is Execration safe. Last game they had like a 21.5, 22 minute racks. This game they haven't even gotten close to high ground. I mean, all the tier 3s still at absolute full HP, but Erudite, do they have a smoke? Oh yes they do. So we're gonna have smoke coming out from the dire side, 5 man. Maybe a little bit too obvious, but it might be enough to catch off Primo if nothing else. He's pretty far up, if you just consider that to the other of their heroes. But Medusa, he's gonna have to be kind of the frontline tank. Get the Stone Gaze, stop Erudite from doing anything for a short period, as Medusa has picked up the Helm of the Dominator. So it's going for the lifesteal, might be finishing off the just straight off Satanic, might not, we'll see. Thundergust Raft, another scouting one. I mean, it's nice, it's only a 90-second goal now, not that big of a deal to be honest. It's definitely worth the information you get for it. 2600 gold now on Dafa. Is he going for an Aghanims now? Is it straight up Refresher Orb, for example? I guess you can try to aim for like a Hex or something as well. Hex up Medusa, make it a lot easier for you to kill him, as well. Weaver does get hit by the Ice Blast, but there's no follow-up damage whatsoever. In the meantime though, Execration, Manta style activated from Jet, going for the tier 3. That's a pretty ballsy move. Amaranth is sitting, oh god, Patrol, he's gonna see him, he's gonna get the lasso, 4-step out. Do they have enough to get the kill? They need a few more stuns, never mind, no they don't. Jet with the crits of the Daedalus, easy kills. Now Poppy does come in. We've negatively used Primo from the low ground with the focus fire. Tier 3 down. Swarm will get touched by the majority of the heroes. Cheto out of mana, barely gets his Stone Gaze off. He's gonna turn it around. Look at the damage does. He goes down. Daedalus, 2 freaking strong guys. In the meantime, Aegis was lost because he was 1v4 and now Flame broken back. He gets the time lapse off but swapped back and he's gonna die the second time. That's just an epic fail. He does have buyback though. Poppy gets connected by the Ice Blast, activates the Blade Mail, wants to go for a counter kill. And might even get it, never mind, Blade Mail ends. He's gonna lose his life. Ultra kill for Jet, but they're gonna have to back off. Weaver buys back. Asta has to choose, never mind, Weaver. He's just gonna lose his life. What? Jet just turned it around. Are they gonna get Dafa as well? Or Dafa, can he turn it around? Lightning Bolt. Is it gonna come off with cooldown? Never mind. Rampage on Jet. Burrow Strike, Epicenter as well. Amaranth should get the double kill. He gets one. Gonna get Fox as well with the edge of the Epicenter by Primo. Can he get some revenge? Power shot. Not gonna connect. Is he gonna stay around for Rax though? So low on mana. Okay, never mind. He's gonna back off for now. Just retrieves the gem and backs the hell out of there. But that was still a huge fight. Yes, Execration lose 4 in the end. They do not claim Rax, but they force 2 buybacks. They get 5 kills before that, so they got 7 kills. Pretty much. And Weaver, he just... everybody's just kind of getting demolished by the Medusa. Of course, look at the net worth now. He is more than doubling anybody else. Anybody in this game. And buybacks, only the Sand King has it for the dire side, so they can just respawn. Medusa can get like a Satanic finished. Man, just this Medusa, the Daedalus like 500 damage a pop. Dazzleman, just 2 right clicks, Dazzle's dead. And that's the problem when you use Weave only aggressively. Yes, it's nice to just get kills, but you yourself are gonna be so squishy towards the Medusa. And that's gonna be fully fledged Satanic, finished up. Pretty damn massive if you ask me. JJ though doesn't have any other like massive item pickups. Has picked up a Ghost Scepter, so it's gonna help out a tiny bit. Wind Ranger, Aghanim Scepter finished. But it's really all the Medusa show. About a 13,000, slightly above that net worth lead for Execration. 5k in the XP as well. But it's just pretty much the entire gold is the Medusa. The gold lead, it's just Medusa versus Zeus. It's ridiculous how much he has. Ancient Operation are working towards what I can expect to be a 4-staff. Tiny chance of a Dagon, but probably 4-staff. Cheto, does he have buyback now on the Medusa? He does not. He's gonna have it soon enough though, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. But if they win this fight, and they don't lose all of their heroes while doing so, this might be just multiple sets of Rax Amaranth. He goes in too deep, gets the Pyro Strike out, so he's safe for now, but I don't know why he even ran like that. Chet, he's losing some of his mana, but he should be fine. Weave comes out in the meantime, Chet, just in the front lines, tanking up everything. Puppy, look at how low he's dropping, just to Chet's right clicks. Chakra Shot will go into the linkage with the lasso to follow. Burrow Strike will stop JJ for a little while, but Ice Blast was there on Weaver. He cannot escape, stunned up as well. Amaranth will be next, swapped back into the Stone Gaze. And that's gonna be 3 heroes down. Sand King has buyback, but there's no epicenter anymore. Racks go down, and I don't think it's gonna be only this set of racks. They're gonna go for the mid one. Tier 3 under, just lots of harassment from Primos. Focus Fire. Level 3 with the Agonist buff. Racks will go down, and well, Execration, it was to be expected for them to win this series, but they did so quite convincingly still, man. This Medusa was just way too farmed. It's not even funny how much farm the Medusa had compared to anybody else. Like 25k net worth to 12,000. Man, life is good for Execration and their fans, to be honest. So in Division 2, they get a pretty easy, just 2-game series for themselves. First game a little bit more convincing than the second one, but really didn't feel like Erudite was playing that much as a team for the most part. Not entirely sure what happened there, or if they're running with too many stand-ins or what the case is, but to be honest, they in the second game at least didn't get like absolutely ruffle stomped. It was just the Medusa getting a little bit too much out of hand. But guys, with this, I have to say that that's done, or rather we're done for this series. 2-0 win for Execration, but we're gonna have one more. Probably gonna cast it, gonna go get some just honey and water in between, so I wouldn't lose my voice, because not used to casting once again, man. Only a 4-day break, but that seems to be enough. So guys, we're gonna be back in about 30 minutes time with Awake versus Garuda Infinity, also for the Join Dota League Asian Division. So hope to see you guys in 30 minutes, and for now, just have a good one. If you'd like to see more of HeflaTV, of course, do follow us on Facebook and Twitter, HeflaTV for both. If you want to follow me, it's @Coucher everywhere, and just see you in 30 minutes.